school football is officially upon us as teams from all over the area played under the Thursday night lights to begin their 2014 seasons. And in case you missed any Week 1 action on the fifth down, we've got a quick recap from last night's games. Right at home, the Alpena Wildcats took on the Eskimos of Escanaba last night. Offense was hard to come by in the first half, but new kicker Evan Letourneau had a nice field goal to give the Wildcats a 3-zip lead. Despite a great game from Alpena quarterback Tyler Pintar and Jordan Ferguson on the other side of the ball, the Eskimos would score 18 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Wildcats 24-18. Lincoln Alcona, on the other hand, they visited their rivals, the Atlanta Huskies, last night, and the Tigers picked up right where they left off last year, dominating this game early. Hunter Sullivan had a huge game for the Tigers. The junior running back had over 90 yards of offense and 3 touchdowns in the Tigers' 36-zip shutout over Atlanta. Seth Teets there for Atlanta was 12 for 24 with over 200 yards of offense in the loss. Big game in the Ski Valley Conference last night as last year's champions Mancelona visited runner-up Johannesburg-Lewiston. The Cardinals having a huge game on the ground. Logan Huff with 2 touchdowns in this one, including a 65-yard run to start the scoring. Brandon Huff would score a TD of his own, and Joburg will shut out Mancelona for the first time since 2005, defeating the Ironmen 21-0. Rough night for the on-away Cardinals, on the other hand. That's the opening kickoff of the season, and they're going to let Bulldogs running back Daniel Flowers score in the first seconds of the season. Brandon Brubaker would put on-away on the board in the first quarter with a 13-yard touchdown run. Ray Self would bring home a 32-yard reception to give the Cardinals another touchdown, but on-away would fall 62-12. Now to Rudyard, where Hillman began their season. This one was a tight one throughout, but Rudyard would head into halftime with the lead thanks to a 31-yard touchdown in the final seconds of the first half. But excellent effort from quarterback Ty Jones and running back Kenny Colcan would help the Tigers come back in the final 23 seconds of the game to beat the Bulldogs 39-33. Rogers City paying a visit to All Gray Sims last night. The Hurons having a great night on both sides of the ball. Senior Jacob Malaka would get the first touchdown of the night for Rogers City, but later in the game, Kyle Swartz for the Wolverines would get a nice reception from his quarterback, Sawyer Freeling, to tie the game at 8 apiece. The Hurons would come back to take the W with the final score of 28-14. Last but not least, the Thunderbolts from Mayo heading to Whitmore Prescott for a Week 1 matchup, and the home team dominated this one. Fancy footwork by Travis McDonald would put the Cardinals up 38-0 in the third quarter. WP holding their lead in the fourth to defeat Mayo 44-7. A few more scores for you. Tough loss for Hale last night, who fell to Galesburg Augusta 6-60. Tawas earned their first win over a tough Ubley team with a final score of 14-8. A young Oscoda team had a breakout Week 1, defeating Otisville-Lakeville 37-8 in an 8-man alliance play. Posen was shut out by Cedarville 52-0. Next week, all teams will begin playing under the Friday night lights, so make sure you turn in to the fifth down next Friday at 11 for all your football highlights and scores.